My name is Ava Greenwood, and I was never one for fairy tales. Never believed in things like destiny, fate, or mythical bloodlines. For as long as I could remember, my mom told me all those stories were just made-up nonsense used by people who wanted control over others, whether they were seeking power or trying to justify abuse. The outcome remained the same: oppression. But now I know better than most how wrong she was, because on my 18th birthday, everything changed. As the clock struck midnight, my world transformed into a nightmare come true. Shadows danced around me, whispering secrets no mortal should hear. Suddenly, I felt eyes staring through my very soul, scrutinizing every thought and desire. Then came the headache. My vision blurred until all I saw were flashes of crimson red. And then I tasted it, the metallic tang of fresh blood mixed with adrenaline surging through my veins. No amount of self-control could stop the primordial hunger consuming me from within. But just as quickly as it began, it ended, leaving only exhaustion in its wake. That was the beginning of my new life, as a member of the infamous Crimson Moon vampires. For centuries, our kind has been shrouded in darkness and fear, misunderstood and persecuted simply because we exist beyond humanity's comprehension. Our society operates much like any other, but with certain unspoken rules and a hierarchy based on strength rather than wealth or influence. As part of my initiation process, elders spoke of our ancestors' struggles against bigotry and prejudice, recounting tales of bravery during times of purges, plagues, and wars. Their sacrifices led to our acceptance in today's modern world, where we can walk among humans without suspicion, provided we stick to our shadows and don't draw attention to ourselves. But nothing prepared me for the realities of my new reality. At first, I reveled in my newly acquired powers and the knowledge that I belonged to something greater than myself. I discovered I wasn't alone either. There were thousands of others like Kainal War fighting alongside each other, despite the many differences between them. They created a system designed specifically for vampires to ensure equality across the board, while simultaneously providing necessary structure within the clans themselves. This balance prevented any single faction from seizing absolute authority, thus preserving peace. Unfortunately, some members still yearned for old ways, secretly planning coups d'état or forming alliances behind closed doors. They sought power at any cost, even if it meant risking exposure to the rest of mankind. Such rogue elements became known as the Blood Legionnaires. In recent years, whispers of rebellious dissidents grew louder, threatening unity within the council itself. These discontents often targeted younger members like me for their naivety and lack of experience. Somehow, the elders believed our generation held the key to maintaining harmony between traditionalists and progressives. Pressure mounted from both sides as I watched friends turn against one another. Families torn apart, loyalties tested. No one knew who to trust anymore or what secrets lay hidden beneath the surface. Suspicious accidents occurred more frequently, adding fuel to the fire. Elders mysteriously disappeared or died under questionable circumstances, leaving investigators baffled since trails went cold too rapidly. Tensions boiled over as accusations flew back and forth, spreading chaos throughout our world like wildfire. Everyone waited anxiously for the spark that would ignite open conflict once again. I seemed caught smack dab in the middle. So here I am, straddling the fence, torn between doing what's morally correct versus safeguarding my own existence. What kind of monster have I become? Will I sacrifice loved ones to uphold outdated traditions or fight for change that might bring redemption? I had hoped my blood would guide me, but instead it feels as though it's pulling me apart piece by piece. My dreams became nightmares, reliving scenes from previous eras, witnessed to the future with confidence, knowing I helped shape it. Others view me as an unwanted burden, a reminder of a past best left forgotten. The lines dividing us grow deeper by the day, yet I cannot let their hatred consume me. I find solace in unexpected places, befriending misfits and outcasts who share similar experiences. We learn from each other, helping to soften life's harsh edges imposed upon us. Though some remain skeptics, afraid of embracing change, we continue to push forward. Ultimately, we hold the keys to our own destinies, determining whether our story remains tragic or transformative. By uniting and accepting our diverse identities, we can rewrite history while honoring ancestral legacies. Only then may we achieve true harmony and live together in mutual respect and understanding. The endless cycle of hate shall cease when we acknowledge the truth within our own hearts. Regardless of our origins or beliefs, we are all connected by invisible threads of commonality and shared hopes. May these words inspire a brighter tomorrow. Let this tale serve as a lesson, ensuring such blood feuds fade away, forever remembered as historical artifacts, warning us never to repeat the mistakes of our forebears. Once finished reading your novel about the Crimson Moon vampires and their struggle against their enemies, I wanted to express how deeply moved I felt by the journey you took me on. Your characters came alive on every page, making their struggles and triumphs feel incredibly personal. From the political intrigue of the elders' manipulative machinations to the brutal rivalries and betrayals between covens, to the intense emotions experienced by younglings discovering their true selves, you captured an immersive narrative that will stay with readers long after they finish the book. Your inclusion of various social commentaries, particularly regarding discrimination and prejudice against marginalized communities, added layers of depth and relevancy to this story, allowing readers to reflect on real-world issues through the fantastical lens of your novel. This subtle approach invites discussions around themes such as tolerance, diversity, and acceptance in a way that doesn't come off preachy or heavy-handed. Rather, you allow those lessons to unfold organically, letting the reader internalize their significance naturally. Despite being set in a fictional supernatural universe filled with vampiric politics, your work tackles universal human concerns, ultimately connecting on a very personal level. You delve deep into what makes individuals tick and show how our choices and actions impact not only ourselves but also those closest to us. In this sense, your writing serves as a mirror, revealing parts of us we may have never fully acknowledged before. Ultimately, it challenges us to confront our fears and insecurities in search of meaningful growth and self-discovery. By grounding the story in familiar societal constructs, such as family dynamics and interpersonal relationships, you create a framework for exploring complex topics typically reserved for nonfiction texts. You demonstrate how genre fiction can transcend escapist entertainment, serving as a catalyst for intellectual introspection and personal betterment. It is no wonder why this series captures your audience with ease, weaving relatable elements and gripping twists into the fabric of your tales. Whether they're delving into the ancient mythology behind werewolves, learning about the inner workings of a secret merfolk community, or discovering the cunning tactics utilized by vampire elders, readers will eagerly follow your lead without getting lost in convoluted subplots. To maintain engagement across multiple books requires impressive planning skills and consistency throughout the narrative arcs, something you undoubtedly possess. In summary, LJ Hamlin, your ability to merge factual information with imagination, myths, folklore, and social insights results in multi-layered stories that offer much more than just thrilling paranormal romantic suspense. As a debut author, you've managed to capture the essence of what good storytelling should aspire to: enlightening, informative, entertaining, thought-provoking, and emotionally rewarding. These qualities make for a well-rounded experience that leaves your readers eager to return time and again to see where your literary journey takes them next. Congratulations on crafting such compelling works. For just $3 a month, you can have your name featured in my YouTube videos and descriptions. Not only will you be supporting my channel, but you'll also be immortalized in the credits of my content. If you're looking for something a bit more personalized, consider becoming a $25 a month patron. I'll voice your stories and bring them to life on my channel. Create a special drawing just for you, or even write a unique story tailored to your interests. So don't hesitate. Join my patron community today and help me keep the spooky stories coming. And remember, together we can save each other from the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for your support.